Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy, Big Game James, and I am with my main man, the musicologist. Hey, Reed, what's up,
Yes,
brother?
sir. What's up, brother? How you doing? How you
Hey,
doing?
hey, man, loving it, loving it. Hey, and we are here to bring y'all a episode we like to call "Move the Chains." That's right.
Mudo
This,
change, baby. Let's
hey,
go.
man, something A. Reed and I came up with about a year ago. Did a couple episodes, man, and then now we're doing it bigger and better. Got this thing linked up here on YouTube, also on Facebook, and we are also on ASAP Plus. Sitting down, kicking it off, getting ready to have a good time, and run down and talk about these NFL playoffs, man. All right,
Let's
Reed, what
do it, man.
what you think about this past weekend, man?
Wonderful weekend, man. Wonderful weekend of definitely some darn good games. Darn good games, man. Can't say that I was surprised by some of the outcomes, but I was surprised by some of the outcomes very much so. So, hey, but that's the beauty of football, man. One and done. Let's get it. Let's
One and
get it.
done. Hey man, you know what I liked about it? The NFL really did their best to build this up, man. They didn't just call it wild card weekend. They turned it into super wild card weekend. So the first time in playoff history, we had a Monday night football game for the
Yeah,
playoffs.
man. Yeah, man. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. I like it, man. I
I
like it.
I was just about to ask you, with the way the playoffs have been structured, the way everything goes down, you were a fan of of that structure. You were a fan of the Monday night game.
Yeah, man. Yeah, more
All right.
football, bro.
I
I'm
feel
always
you.
a fan
Okay.
of more football. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying?
Yeah, I feel you. Man.
I mean, I know people talk about it, but man, I like the Thursday nights. You know, the Sunday and the Sunday and Monday nights, they're what we've always had. But to have that extra Thursday night right there in the middle to
Right.
kind of hold you over to get to the next Sunday, man, I love it. I love it.
And see, I think that's cool. From a fan standpoint, I learned to love things differently about it. From a player, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I hated Thursdays sometimes. Depend because when you come off that Sunday, you got that short week to prepare for that Thursday.
Yeah, yeah,
But
man.
once you
Yeah,
play that Thursday game, especially if you win, you get that long weekend. Like you'll come in that Friday, do a workout. Then Coach Dungy would give us that Saturday and Sunday off, and we'd be back to work that Monday. So it's a good
you
thing.
kicking it.
But and that's the thing I had to learn. I had to start looking at this game from a fan from time to time, and not just being a former player. So, like you said, it gives me more football, more nights. And here was. We celebrate the great Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. Had an
Right.
extra day off of work with some football to add on top of it, and basketball the whole day. During the day. Hey, dog,
Nice.
I was in sports heaven. I couldn't be more excited. But
Same
hey,
way, man. Same way.
we're gonna kick this thing off. We're gonna talk about the AFC wild card round first, and the New England Patriots and the Buffalo
Boom,
Bills. Hey, Reed,
boom,
what this one hit you with, man? How you like that game?
boom. Check it out. Congratulations to the Bills. Um, I believe that Mac Jones was just, he's a young buck. He showed rookie, him being a rookie, it being his first time. Bills came out, did what they were supposed to do. You see what the score was. So, they came out with a game plan. They knew what they were gonna do. As far as the Patriots, I mean, it's a team that you got to give them time. But what you can say is, man, you can't deny the greatness that is Bill Belichick. You can't.
I think that's what I take away from that game. Now,
Yeah.
not to undermine the Buffalo Bills and coming out playing the way they played, because I was high on Buffalo early in the year. And then when they had that little lull in the middle of the season, I was like, here they go again. They ain't gonna disappoint. They're not gonna live up to the preseason hype of Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
I called
So
them pretenders on the show.
right. So not to take away from that, but just to think about what Bill Belichick did. He let Cam go. He put all his cards in on the table, round with Mac Jones, a rookie quarterback that for the most part handled up pretty well all NFL season. And
Right.
you think about the roster these guys had, how they put it together, what they did to even make it to a wild card game. And like I said, you can't take anything away from Buffalo, but I must still say I'm impressed with what New England was able to accomplish this season, leading up to this game.
Definitely, definitely. I don't think it's a lost season for New England. I don't think they should take it like that. I don't think they should take it hard or take it very harshly. For them to even get to where they got with the rookie quarterback, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
speaks volumes, and it just shows again. It shows who Belichick is, man. It
right,
just shows that he can take any kind of quarterback. He can take whatever quarterback and make them fit that system and do what they need to do, you know.
right,
And the beauty about Mac Jones, he's not a superstar type of quarterback, but he's the quarterback that can get the job done. Like he holds the fort down. He does
right.
what you need to do in the game to win the game, you
Yes,
know, and that's
sir.
perfect for that. That's perfect for that system.
Now, I played in some cold weather before, but looking at this game, bro, they said at kickoff it was 6 degrees. And
Yeah,
now it's so funny because going into this, I played a couple cold places. I played in Chicago when it was real cold. I tell everybody the coldest game I ever played in my life was in Green Bay, Lambeau Field on the Christmas Eve. And when that sun started going down to Lambeau, you got shade that hangs over the field that blocks half of it. Just it was so cold. Somebody hit me and I
the
told them,
night
oh,
game.
it was a late game. It was at 4 o'clock kickoff.
Oh,
That's 3 o'clock
yeah,
start time, so it got cold. But man, when I say it was the coldest, and so my wife was laughing. I said, "Hey, they drinking." I said they over there drinking broth, keep the helmets warm. She said, "Broth." I said, "Yeah." When your body gets so cold and your lungs breathing all that air, when it's that cold, they don't
yeah.
give you just water to drink. They give you broth. I was like, so you
Wow,
sip on that chicken broth because it helps keep your lungs and everything else warm, and it'll keep the internal temperature up while you're out on the field. And then when you come back in, you throw that jacket on. But hey man,
wow,
it
wow.
was one good thing I can say about this game. I'm glad I was a spectator on TV and not in the stands because this is what I asked my wife, Reed. I said, "Hey, love, you came to all my home games, playoff game. We in Buffalo. Are you tuning? Are you gonna be there?" She said, "If I can't get in the box, I'll be watching it on TV."
Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Shout out to Fitz, man. Shout out to Fitz. He
Yeah,
sat there, man. He went out there full blooded, man. No shirt, was cheering on the Bills. So shout out to Fitz, man. That was funny. That was
man.
funny.
Wow, 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 boy. Hey, so moving this thing on along, enjoyed that game, man. Like I said, big shout out to Buffalo.
Big shout out.
They
Big
made
shout.
a believer out of me after that game to where now I know we're gonna get into next week's divisional games a little bit later, but they did their thing. Now, you came on my show last week and you said that if the Bengals win a game, right, it's already a win
Mm,
for you. That's your
yeah.
Super Bowl because they had won in so long.
Hmm.
So now, your Cincinnati Bengals, dog, they come out, they win the game 26-19 over the Las Vegas Raiders. Now
Right.
they got a chance to keep this train going. What do you expect out of them now? Like, what's your goal now? You won the one game, you got it done. What you want to see from your Cincinnati Bengals now, man?
Well, of course, now I want to see them go to the Super Bowl. I mean, of course, of course now. But again, like I said on the show, man, and shout out to Jay Stoggs, man. I really feel like this team, and I'm not saying this because they're my squad. I really feel like this is probably one of the most complete teams. This is probably a team that nobody really wants to play. You see what I'm saying? Um, they just have a lot of weapons and stuff like that. I know we got a couple of injuries on the defense that may kind of hurt us a little bit.
Right.
Um, right now, I think Cincy can get to the AFC Championship game.
Mm.
I think they can get Tennessee. I think they can get Tennessee and get to the AFC Championship game. Now, if they get there, depending on who they play, you know what I'm saying? That'll be a different story. If it's KC, I'm gonna say Super Bowl. We already proved
Oh,
with that. If we play
okay,
KC, I'm saying Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? But
okay.
right now, I'm gonna say AFC Championship game. I got to take it a game at a time
One
with
game
that.
at a time, and that's understood, dog. Hey, man, what do you think about the inadvertent whistle play? What do you? And that's gonna come up. People gonna ask the question, but what do you think about that play, man? Do you think it had really any
Yeah.
bearing or outcome on this game?
I don't think it would have proved any kind of difference in the game the way that it was playing. Whether they had called it incomplete, I think they would have picked up some kind of play, did some kind of play to get the touchdown back, like the very next play. Either way, yeah, very inverted whistle. Either way, it was going to be a touchdown. Um, If there wasn't no whistle, it would have been a touchdown
Got
regardless.
it. Yeah,
Um,
that's what I kept saying to people. Like, dude, he still caught the ball. There was no real
yeah,
big stoppage of play. Like
yeah.
he already beat the DB. It's not like the DB stopped because of a whistle and then Chase caught the ball. He already had him beat. He already grabbed the ball, and everybody kind of paused and looked like, "What was that?" And then got the celebration on.
But how much significance can the refs have, man, in these games, bro, to kind of be swaying stuff like this?
Well, I mean, I know we about to talk about another game here where some people are gonna try to blame it on the referees, and it wasn't their fault at all. Man, this is my thing. And referees want to be at their best at this time of year because they get graded on how they perform, on making the correct call and doing things the right way. They get bonuses, they get moved up, they get put on better crews. Your ultimate goal as a referee is to end up on a Super Bowl crew. That's what you want.
Right,
Now,
right.
it came out after this game that I think the last name is Jerome Boger or whatever, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah, yeah.
Jerome's his first name, but now that crew is going to be
They're
inactive
not.
and
Yeah,
suspended for the rest of the playoffs.
yeah. I saw
So
that.
it's nothing that they wanted to happen, nothing that they tried to do. Mistakenly, how it happened, I don't know. And I know that's why they have the whistles on their fingers and hands, so it's not hanging from their lips and there can't be no accidental blowing of it. So
Yeah,
what was going on to why the referee even blew the whistle anyway? I don't know. But at the end of the day, just like I gave New England some praise, I'm gonna give the Las Vegas Raiders a little bit of praise. So you come out, your coach has to resign early in the year because of some emails and
yeah,
messages that came out. Right,
yeah,
your special
boy.
teams coordinator takes over. You scratch, fight, and claw to get yourself into the playoffs, and then on top of that, you come out and compete. Because early on in the game, I was like, "Oh, here we go." Cincinnati about to hit them with the death punch, and I'm gonna be walking around the house doing something else while this game is on. I'm not going to tune in, and there was nothing like that at all. I had to actually sit down. I mean, and enjoy all four quarters of that game because the Raiders put up a hell of a fight. Now, the score was 26-19. I still don't believe it was really ever that close. But hey man, Max Crosby is a beast on the defensive line, dog.
Yes, he is.
He
Yes,
is a
he is.
beast on that
Yes,
defensive
he
line.
is. Just to even backdoor to what you said, you have to give a lot of praise to the Raiders, especially with everything that they had to deal with this season. But I'll tell you about those guys. I never saw them like not fight in a game. I never
Right,
saw those
right.
win or lose. They fought every quarter, every play,
Real talk.
every
You right,
play.
man.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them, man. And I'm interested to see what they're gonna do about Carr. I'm
Boy,
interested to see about that. I really am.
Reed, I'm
I'm
glad
gonna
you said it before I could even come to you and ask you. I
I
was just
think
about to holler at you and ask you. You know, Jay Stocks and I like to do a segment called Time's Up. And on our last Time's Up, Carr's name came up. But after watching them play, I think I want to retract what I said on that segment on that show. I said it was time for the Raiders to move on. Now, I'm not so sure. Do you think the right coach coming into that team can help Derek Carr be the player that he needs to be and be the quarterback for the Raiders?
James, was Carr that bad this year?
No, he really
Really think
wasn't.
about
No,
it.
he wasn't.
Okay.
He wasn't
He
at
wasn't that
all.
bad, man. He wasn't that
Yeah.
bad. Give Carr another wide receiver or two. You
Right.
know,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
and I and I always say O line. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Right.
can always get your O line better. But you had Jacobs running like crazy in the backfield,
Right.
so that's good. Sure up your defense a little bit.
And
The
Darren
Raiders,
Waller's a monster as a tight end. And let's not act like
Raiders
not.
wasn't far behind, man.
Yeah.
They
And
have a nice camaraderie there, bro.
we talked about the coach, but then you got your star wide receiver that's involved in a hit and run that kills someone and is gone from the team. They had a lot of adversity to overcome this year. Like I put it out there and give them the nod that, hey man, hats off to y'all. Y'all did
You
y'all
have to.
thing. You
You
won
have to.
big games when you needed to just to even get yourselves into the playoffs. And I'm really interested to see what that Raiders team looks like next year.
Me too.
Now, I mean, I know we jumping the gun. They did fire Mayock this morning or yesterday. The general manager got fired, which
Yeah.
I was never a big fan of Mike Mayock anyway, because when he talked on NFL Network, he overtalked like he just knew everything more than everybody else. And I don't like when people talk down to people. I mean, if you're going to educate me on something, cool. But if you're going to talk down to me like I'm dumb, it drives me crazy. And I always felt like he talked down
Fair.
to people. And he never liked being questioned by people about his picks and his moves and what he did or didn't do. And he's
Yeah.
gone. So now, just, we talk about some other candidates. Who do you see coming in that could be a good fit for that Las Vegas Raider job?
As a coach,
Yeah, as their coach. I'm not the general manager side. Now, if it came down to me, I think Louis Riddick would be a great candidate for that job to be the general
yeah,
manager.
I've been
So,
saying Riddick.
so
Riddick needs
I,
to
I
get
want
one.
to. I want to
Riddick
see.
needs to get
I
a
want to
spot.
see Louis Riddick get a job. I think for
Riddick
some
need to get a
reason
spot.
he would love to be on the East Coast. So I think the Giants would be on his high on his list. But I think the Raiders should really think about him as a person of interest for that GM job. Coaching wise, I hadn't really thought it out because I was like, do they retain anybody from that staff to step up and be, because they had what, I think wasn't Jack Del Rio on that staff? No, Jack Del Rio's
Yeah,
not there. They had
he
they had
was at
three.
one time. He
Yeah, he
was at
had
one.
one time. I'm tripping, but I think the Raiders had 3 former head coaches on that staff, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah.
And I might be tripping right now. I mean, I've been doing a lot of
Uh,
football research lately, and I might be getting stuff crossed up and jumbled. But
that is tough to say who would take that position. And then again, I don't see no issue in them not retaining the coach that they kept, the one that stepped in, Nick. I can't say his last.
I know you're talking about, and I feel like he needs a shot somewhere because it's, first of all, it's
Why not
weird.
there?
It's weird.
Why not
Well,
there?
I don't know if it, because you know why? It depends on now if they come in
If the players are all going behind the guy, the
right,
players are literally going up to the head of him and telling him, "Hey, we go behind this guy. We like this coach. Keep this guy here."
right.
That should tell you right there, like we stand behind what he's saying. We're gonna go behind this dude. That don't make sense. Why you get rid of him?
It doesn't make sense, but Reed, the reason I say that is it all depends on who the general manager is. And if Mark Davis is going to let a GM do what he wants to do. And if that's the case, that GM is going to get what he thinks going to fit he see that team being. Now, to me, they don't need to change a lot of what's going on with the Vegas Raiders. I think they
Mhm.
got something good there and they can build around it. But it's going to be real interesting to see what they bring in. And I think that if it could be a GM that liked what he did, he gets the shot to stay on as a coach. If not, it's going to be someone new.
Mm. I
That
give you that.
that's just the
I
nature
give
of the
you that.
beast when it comes to the league and how they hire, man. Like we always say, good old boy. It's all about who you know and not what you know. And whoever that
Okay.
GM knows that will do kind of what he wants to do, that's what we're gonna go out and get, man.
I give you that one. I give you that one. But I'm interested to see what they gonna do. It's
I'm
really
right
gonna
there.
be on my interest list to see what those Raiders do.
It's right.
It
I'm right
really
there
is.
with you,
It
man.
really is. It
Yep.
really is. Uh,
All right, cool.
that's that.
Well, that's it. So, hey, like I said, not to take away Cincinnati Bengals moving on. They beat the Las Vegas Raiders. The night game, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, on the show, we said that the Chiefs got a scrimmage, Reed. That's what I called it. I won't say we. I know I said the Chiefs had a scrimmage. How do you feel about that game that you saw Sunday night, man, between the Steelers and the Chiefs?
Come on, man. We all knew when Big Ben says it himself that we wasn't supposed to be in that game, and he's like, "Hey, look, we just gonna go out there and have fun." Like it was already over. Um, I mean, it's like it was just a game that somebody had to play KC. Somebody had to be there to play in that game. So and it just so happened to be the Steelers. We saw what it was supposed to be. The outcome was the outcome. So I mean, it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
It
Hey,
is what
hey,
it is.
hey, Reed, I would say this. Did you see the article where Mike Tomlin said he was asleep when he found out they got in, and Big Ben was surprised when he was told they got in. He didn't even know it or
You
believe it. So
you see what
here
I'm
it
saying?
is. They didn't even know they were going to be there because they did not think they were going to have that chance. Now, granted, that whatever it was, they got in. They had to play that game. Um, Kansas City had the right people step up at the right times to me in that
Yeah,
game to
yeah.
do what they need to do. But do you think Patrick Mahomes looked like he's back?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you want to say he's back,
I,
where I
and
mean,
I,
where did he lose at? Maybe he had a bad game or two, but I mean, he
okay,
ain't really.
this is my whole thing. To me, and I might be wrong. And like I told y'all on the last show, you came on Big Game Sports Buzz that I pick against the Chiefs sometimes because whatever I say they're gonna do, they do opposite a lot, right? To
Right.
me, that okay, they last regular season game against Denver. Patrick Mahomes didn't look like the best quarterback in the world. You know, they got by because they played a bad Denver team. He had to look like himself this year. They played a lot of that back bracket coverage, keeping things in front. So that's why I said, is he back? Did they find out something that'll work? Did they find a formula that's going to be successful for them to do what they need to do to make it back to the Super Bowl? So I guess when I say is Patrick Mahomes back, that's what I mean. Now, his talent has never gone anywhere. We know that
Yeah, yeah.
the way the defense played him changed, and it made his
Right,
game suffer a little bit from that.
right,
I
right.
understand that. So I guess what I'm asking you is he back? Did they find a way that they can win and and be dominant enough to be a Super Bowl contender?
I think, yeah. I mean, you got to put him in a contender spot. At you got to put him at a contender spot
Okay.
at this point. Obviously, I mean, just because of what Patrick Mahomes can do, just
Okay.
because of what just because of his ability. But they've shown weakness, and again,
Right.
like I said earlier, if Cincinnati can meet them there, they showed a blueprint on that last game. They showed a blueprint. It can get done, man. It can get
Right.
done. I'm
Right.
not saying that they're invincible. They're a tough team. They are a damn tough team, but they can be beat.
Well, I think the one thing that everyone wanted to see, at least I know I did, is if that defense could get better. And to me, more than anybody else, when they played the Dallas Cowboys this year, their defense showed that they were better than they were early on in the year. And that's a component that's playing well right now. And they look good. And then
Hmm.
why am I
Hmm.
drawing a blank right now? The running back that stepped in for Carl was Hilaire, number one. Is it McKinnon?
Yeah, I think yeah,
Hey
McKinnon.
man,
Yeah,
he looked really good in that playoff game. He was handling business, man, and he did his thing. He looked really, really good. And I was like, okay, KC got a little something that's working. Because to me, the best offense for them is setting up that pass with play action with McKinnon, with oh boy running that ball, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
I my boy Ron Lamb just said since he's the only team left in the
I told you,
AFC
man.
that can compete with
Y'all
Kansas
ain't trying
City.
to hear me, man. Y'all ain't trying to
So
hear me, man.
so I know
I
we
ain't.
ain't going to
I'm
next
speaking
week
as a
yet.
fan, but I'm speaking as a realist at the same time.
Hey man,
So
so that means we writing Buffalo off already. We ain't got to that part of the show yet. So we gonna get on that in a little in a few
mm,
minutes. But Ron Lamb, A Reed, y'all telling me I'm hearing it here first is that the only
eh,
team that can get with and scare the Kansas City Chiefs are the Cincinnati Bengals.
well, look what's going to happen though, because if I'm not mistaken, aren't the Bills going to have to play them?
Yeah, the
Bills
Bills
got to play KC,
and they played them
and I know we're
already.
going to get to that. We
But
gonna get to that, but
yeah,
I'm just saying.
we gonna
So
get to
we're
it. We're
gonna
gonna see,
see.
man.
We
This
gonna
is my
see the.
this is my
That's what
thing.
I'm saying.
Y'all's offense looks really good. I think that on the defensive side of the ball, if those injuries aren't too bad, and they can come back and get some of those guys on the field, I think it's going to be a hell of a game. And I think Tennessee's going to have to worry about you guys. But at the same time, let's not jump too far ahead of ourselves because we got to get through this
Yeah,
NFC
yeah, yeah,
wild card
yeah.
bracket before we get down to the divisional rounds. So
Let's do it. Let's
we
do it.
talked about all three of those AFC games. Good games. First game we're gonna kick off and talk about in this NFC was my Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus
Yeah.
the Philadelphia Eagles. And Reed, let me tell you something, man. I was scared going into this game because I know we had key components out. But
Okay. That's
Vaughn,
legit.
the second year running back, man, out of Vanderbilt, he stepped up and played well running the ball. Um, We had some receivers with some drops early on in the game, but then Mike Evans and Gronk did their thing, and we took care of business. But at the same time, I know the game we got coming up is going to be a lot harder than the one we just played against Philadelphia.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It is. It is. Um, but for that game, I did expect y'all to win. I believe that y'all was gonna win that. Those injuries are gonna kill, especially not having Godwin right now.
Yeah,
That's killing. But Mike Evans has proved to be a dominant one, a
yes,
good one. You know, he can definitely take up the slack. You know, definitely take up the slack. That's left that ain't nobody else over there. And then Gronk is still being Gronk after
man.
all of these years. I don't know how he's still able to do what he's doing. But shout out to Gronk. Brady is still being Brady.
Yes,
And then
sir.
like you saying, you got guys that are stepping up, man. Guys that are stepping up and doing what they need to do. So, um, I still believe in Tampa. I still believe in Tampa Bay. Um, Philly's not bad. Philly's not a bad squad. I mean, they're young. I feel you, Ron, but if you put some pieces, if you put enough pieces around Jalen Hurts, I feel like Philly can somewhat challenge Dallas for that NFC North title. I feel like
Yeah.
they could if
Um,
they put enough pieces around Jalen Hurts.
they got. I believe they got a quarterback they can work with, and then Smith, the receiver man. Oh my God, Rieger didn't help them at all. But
No,
that's a whole nother story right there. But I believe that they not, I think Philly's gonna be okay, and we're gonna talk about the team that's been reigning supreme in that division like the last couple of years. But that's gonna be short reign. They got three people eating up a whole lot of money in those contracts. But we gonna see.
yeah. I feel you. Bucks need one receiver to step up other than Evans. All the
I agree
receivers
with
is hurt.
I
They
agree with
hurt.
yeah, I agree with that. And it looked those young receivers look young early on in that game too, because we
Yes,
had
they
a
do.
couple of drives that they couldn't sustain because they couldn't catch the ball. And those are plays that Godwin and AB, they made those catches.
Make them
It
all
is what
day.
it is. We know that. Football fans know that. We got to move on past it. But 31-15, it was 31-0. Those two touchdowns that the Eagles got didn't count. We boxed up the run very well because in week 6, Philadelphia had Philadelphia had success running the ball against
Yeah,
us.
they did.
And it was one
Yeah,
of those things to where we came out to make a point that we weren't gonna let them boys run the ball, and I like the way we played up front.
yeah. Y'all did what y'all needed to do. Good job. Good job.
Yeah. All right, man. And I know we got a lot of fans that were so hurt by this. But hey, Reed, so what I did
Mm.
last night was, man, I went back and I listened to our pretender and contender segment. And
Yeah.
you said this, and it hit me, and I thought about it a lot when you said it. You said the Dallas Cowboys were a contender in a pretender's body, right? Is that
Right.
did I get that quote right?
They
It,
were, yeah, they
yeah.
were pretenders and contenders bodies.
Hey man, let me tell you, the
Yeah.
pretender side came out in that playoff game, and a
I
lot of the
told you.
things that we said could happen happened. Now, for a lot of
Yeah.
people, if y'all checking this out for the first time, me, my man A Reed on Move the Chains, I have a show that I do once a week with my man Jay Stoggs, and A Reed came on as a guest last week, and we had a very good conversation. Jay Stoggs is a super Cowboy fan, and our boy T from DFW
Yeah.
iRadio.com
Yeah. Yeah.
is a
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
Cowboys fan. T is a lot more realistic though than Stoggs. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? T is a lot more realistic than Stoggs. I know they hurt right now. What's your take on that game that we saw last week with Dallas and the 49ers? And should we have been surprised at all?
Shouldn't have been surprised. Shouldn't have been surprised. Shouldn't have been surprised. I wanted to be surprised, but I couldn't. But I can't be surprised, man. Dallas does what they do, man. Look, and this is the thing. the thing with Cowboys fans, like that's why I love T for being the logical one. Not saying that Stocks ain't logical, you know what I'm saying, but you got to get out of that delusional thing, that they have every year. Um, they just like I said, man, they're gonna do something to mess it up. Y'all are the most penalized team in the NFL.
So
And
undisciplined.
then you
So
come
undisciplined.
into the game and you show how undisciplined you are. How many penalties? Like 15, 16, almost
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
And
Crazy,
and
man.
and, 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 and then shout out to T, because T was saying like, oh man, it's like every big play that happens, here comes a hands to the guy's face. Were you literally taking the guy down like Gregory did? Like, come on, man.
Now, that's the penalty that got me. You know, the hands to the face when you're in the middle of a pass rush, your hand can slide up, you can hit a face. It's
But
hard to
he
pull
can't be
your hand
muffing the
down.
guy like this, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, Reed. But I'm saying that one, I'm mad about, but I can get over. Randy Gregory tackled the offensive lineman behind the ball.
You saw
He
that.
wa- he was nowhere near about to make a block, and Gregory thought, "Damn, I'm gonna tackle this fool." And Randy Gregory is one of those guys. As soon as I want to give him some love and some praise, he does something that makes me scratch my head and go, "The hell was he thinking?" And Randy Gregory had a couple of those moments in that game. You can have 8+ penalties and win a playoff game when the other team. And let me say this, and people gonna think I'm just a Cowboys hater. I am somewhat, but I'm also telling the truth on this. You can't continue to make the same mistakes over and over again and think that you can escape by. The Dallas Cowboys have always found a way to shoot themselves in
They
the
find
foot.
a way.
They
I
find a
don't
way to shoot themselves in
understand
the
that.
foot.
They find a way every single year. They find a way. I understand. The fans have every right to be upset, every right to be pissed. Because if I was a Cowboy fan, like a diehard Cowboy fan, I'd be having my head up in the clouds, like, what, like, where do we go from here? Like, where do
Right,
you go from here? You
right,
see what I'm saying?
exactly. I feel you, man. I
Because
really
like
feel
like
you.
you were saying, on paper, you're looking at a team that by far is probably the best out of the whole league. On paper,
Yeah. And
the
Reed,
best out the whole league.
they finally got a defense to
Finally got a
play
defense.
with that. Man, what
All
Diggs
pro
did back,
cornerback in his
what
first year.
Diggs did back in the secondary, man, was unheard of. But
Pro
this
Bowl
one,
linebacker in Micah Parsons.
man, Parsons
Just
close to being probably gonna be defensive player. I mean, gonna be defensive rookie of the year. Gonna
should be.
be up there for defensive player of the year, right?
Should be.
I mean, he made Vanderlei even better. He made people around it better. Michael Parsons did what most people can't do. He played in, and he played inside and outside linebacker when they needed him to. Now, my whole thing is too, and tell me if I'm crazy. The game still wasn't even as close as it looked. Jimmy Garoppolo just made a bonehead play and threw that interception when he did. I think they were
Yeah.
about to drive again and score again when he threw that pick. And it was just an ill-advised throw. So realistically, the 49ers tried to bail him out several times in that
Pretty much.
game. They
Pretty
tried to
much.
bail him out.
Pretty
And
much.
they couldn't even take it.
Pretty much. Pretty much. They did. They pretty much they was handed it to him, man. And Dallas still found a way to lose it.
Yes,
Still
sir.
found a way to lose it. Ron, they can't get a coach like that. As long this is gonna sound very harsh, and I don't even want to say this like that, but as long as Jerry Jones is running that,
Yes, sir.
and I don't know what has to change. I don't know if he has to, pass away, Lord. And I'm not saying wishing no ill will. I'm just saying,
Now I
you
got what
know,
you're saying,
some
Reed. I feel you.
some owners will just hold on until their last days, man. But until he gets away from that and he gets somebody that can literally run the team, like, like let him coach the let him coach the squad and do what they need to do.
Right.
Jerry play his role and let the coach play their role, like Jimmy Johnson, even Parcells back in
Parcells,
the
yeah.
day,
Yes,
you
sir.
know. You got to find a guy like that,
They
you
gotta
know.
do.
But
They
you
gotta do
can't just
something.
have yes men, man. You can't
Nope.
have yes men. I feel like McCarthy came down and he's just like a upper echelon Jason Garrett.
Yes, he's Jason Garrett with a Super Bowl win.
You see what I'm saying? You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just an
I
upper
feel you on
echelon.
that.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, because he got the ring. Because
Yeah.
you got the ring. Go ahead and come on, be a coach. You know what I'm saying for the
Right.
Cowboy. You know,
So, man, hey, Cowboys fans, I'm sorry.
I feel for
I
y'all.
I really am because I swear to you,
I feel for y'all.
I thought y'all really had a chance. I did. Arizona game made me change my mind a little bit, and I told Jay Styles on the show what I thought might happen, and it happened. So now I'm sorry for your feelings because I know it hurt, but at the same time, y'all gotta start expecting this letdown and this disappointment. And for everybody that thought that Kellen Moore was the golden child and the next great thing, look at his
Hmm.
play calling and game
Mm.
management on offense from the second half of the season.
Yo,
Kellen,
Cowboys
Kellen,
had some of the worst game management I've seen this whole season.
I mean, he is not ready to be anybody's coach.
Some
Now
of the
this
worst
this
game
is
management.
this is what I said, Reed. The same when they fired Wade Phillips that year in the middle of the year and promoted Jason Garrett within.
Hmm.
If Mike McCarthy is to leave and they don't offer the and then Dan Quinn doesn't get a legit interview from them, or if he doesn't take another job, they're going to promote Kellen Moore, and it's going to be the clapper all over again.
Oh yeah, 3 years and 3 times in a row.
I mean, they got to go
3 times in a
outside,
row.
and the Dallas Cowboys do not like to hire
They don't
from
like to go
outside.
outside.
They
They
want to
don't like
stay
to go
within.
outside.
Well, and we all know that's because of how Jerry is. They want
Yeah,
to stay
yeah,
within the
yeah.
organization and the walls because if you're in there, Jerry feels like he can manipulate and puppet you. So,
He can run it. He can
hey
run it.
man, good.
He
Good
can
luck.
run it.
Good luck to all those people that are Cowboy fans. It's got to be hard because y'all call yourself America's team, and
Y'all have to stop it every year. Y'all have
mm,
got to stop it every year saying the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl. This is y'all gotta stop it. It's
wow,
time for y'all to start being very realistic.
I gotta put this up. People don't know Ronald Lambert said the last time the Cowboys won a playoff game,
Wow.
he had hair. He's bald head like me, y'all. Completely
Wow.
bald head now. So
Wow.
that that is funny, but guess
What
what?
year was that?
It's very
What
true.
year was that?
1995.
That's the last time they won a playoff game?
No, Super Bowl. Last
Oh,
time they had.
Super Bowl. Yeah, Super Bowl
Wait,
95.
wait.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's been how long has it been since they won a playoff game?
Because I'm thinking, didn't Romo win one?
I thought they did too. All right, man. I'm gonna have to check while we talking about it. But before my inbox gets bombarded, but hey man, we won one such and such a year. Let's see. Last time Dallas Cowboys won a playoff game. We're gonna check and see.
Live
Um,
on Move Them Chains, man.
let's say 2021 they lost the wild card game. 2020 they missed the playoffs. 2019 they missed the playoffs. Whoa. So let's wow. This takes it all the way back right here on this one. This man, it's taking me a while to load this up, Reed. But um, so damn, Ron Lamb for real. 95 they won a Super Bowl. 96 they won the first round. Lost, missed, lost, missed. 2009 was the last time they won a playoff game.
2009.
2009 is the last time they won a playoff game. Wait, no. Okay. Um, this I take that back. I apologize, fans. And my phone is slow. This one here looks like it says 14. It didn't tell me who it was against. It says they won the first round against Detroit, the wild card, and they lost the divisional game to the Green Bay Packers in 2014. So almost eight.
2014.
Yeah, Ron Lamb, your hair been gone before that, but it's a great punchline and joke for sure. It's been a long time, but it is what it is. They
Bad.
they did what a lot of people said they were going to do, and to be the home team and have so many people pick against you, I was like, man, I wouldn't bet no money on that game in Vegas. Somebody knows something I don't know, bro.
Choke. I mean, choke like that too, man.
Choke, choke, choke.
Golly, man.
So,
Golly.
all right, man. So the Monday night game, the last game to wrap up the wild card weekend, the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams.
Mm.
Reed, did you watch the game, dog?
Yeah, I did, man. Yeah. I did. Yo, Rams.
Hey,
Come
man,
on.
were you were
Okay,
you su-
man.
were you surprised by the play of Matthew Stafford?
No,
Because
no.
you weren't.
Cause in the back of my mind, I was like, in the back of my mind, I know what he can do. I know what Stafford can do. I know what he can do.
I think we all believe Stafford has the ability and the talent, but he's always found a way to not. He found out a way to be the cream that doesn't rise to the top sometimes.
Yeah.
So, and I think, and Ron Lamb said it earlier in the chat. He likes the Rams, but just doesn't know if you can trust Stafford. Stafford's had those moments. Now,
Right.
last night, it looked like McVay was super, super smart and convincing the GM to trade and get the quarterback that he's wanted for his offense.
Right.
That team last night looked like a team to be worried about in the NFC. Now I know it was against a beat up Arizona team, but it looked the part last night.
Yeah. Rams was all over that, man. I don't think they wasn't getting ready to lose that. Not it being Monday night, not it being the home game. Yeah, they wasn't finna lose that. Defense stepped up. Man, Poe Kyler. Poe Kyler.
Man,
Poor guy.
hey, but you know what
He-
you said it when you came on the show last week that
He's small, man.
he's too little. Now, do you think now this kid's played on some big stages in high school and college? Do you think the stage was too big for him last night and being his first playoff game?
Yeah.
You think so?
Look at how he played.
He had some bad plays, some bad throws.
Yeah.
Um, but you gotta attest to
Yeah.
they their offensive line didn't look good at all. Now, saying that, I know that the Rams have a heck of a pass. I mean, Aaron Donald, the best defensive lineman in the game. They add Von Miller and the other defensive end they got on there. I mean, they got three monsters coming at you. Not
Yes,
saying
they
that would
do.
be easy for anybody to block, but I don't think they helped Kyler Murray out at all. I think the inexperience got him, but I don't think the stage was too big for him, if that makes sense.
I get you. I get you. I get you. Inexperience can do it. Yeah.
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 I still
Yeah.
believe that the fight that dude, that young man has showed me time and time again. Don't count him out and don't pick against him very often. And like I said, I believe that the Cardinals exceeded their expectations early on in the year to get to the record they got to look a little bit better than what they really were. Um, they won
But
all the games on the road and then lose the ones at home. Just different things, man. They they'll be better.
you know what? I see Kyler. I see Kyler being another version of maybe a Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Um better better in the sense that he'll get a lot more touchdowns, passing yards, and this is that and the third. But I, I don't because of his size and whatnot, I don't know how he's going to be able to be the centerpiece that's going to be able to take a team over the hump. You know, like how
Okay.
like Baker's not like Baker's not going to be that guy for Cleveland. Like we
Okay.
see that. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Um, Kyler's good. Kyler's good, but you know, after a few like let's just see it. Like after the next 3 years, these next 2, 3 some odd years, 3, 4 years or something, Arizona gonna start being like, okay, is Kyler still the guy that we want to have?
Okay. Got you.
You know what I'm saying? And then you know, you would hate for him to start becoming a journeyman. to other teams and stuff like that. Like how
Wow.
Teddy, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kyler he has the talent, but I'm just saying him being so small at the way I don't see how that's gonna help him benefit with when you got guys that's twice the size coming at him on a regular basis. It's almost like he has to do a jump throw for every pass. You see what I'm saying?
Man, yeah, man, I feel where you coming from, but I think I'm a little bit of a homer when it comes to Kyler Murray, man. And I'm just praying and hoping that what you say is not true. I can see where you
I
coming
hope it's
from,
not.
no.
I
I,
hope
and, I,
it's
and,
not.
I, and I know you just say what you see. I know that, and trust me, that's one thing I know about A. Reed. A. Reed, you gonna kick what he see. He ain't just coming no hater in him. So I
Not
feel
at
where you
all,
coming.
man.
I feel where you coming from. I
I
understand
wish
where
I
you
was in all
coming
y'all's
from.
position,
Right.
making that money.
Right. But it's just like he looked the way that I hadn't seen him look since he's been in the NFL last night. And that's why I was
Mm,
like, damn, was the stage too big for him? And
yeah.
somewhat, but I think also that the play calling didn't help. Um, with D Hop out, they needed more help. There's a
Mhm.
lot of other things that goes into that. That offensive line, the running game didn't. And then, hey man, I pray that Buda Baker all as well. I haven't had a chance to get
Oh
an
yeah.
update on what happened after him
Well,
and Akers had
he
that
posted a
collision.
video. He
Okay,
posted a
good,
video of him in the
good.
hospital, so he's good. He's
Okay,
doing good.
cool.
Should be a
But
full recovery, so
but
good for
yeah,
him.
man, Rams look good. Um, because so much attention is given to Cup, it allows Odell Beckham to get single covered, and I think Odell Beckham played away last night, where he's gonna feel way more comfortable going
Mhm.
into this next round, and it's
Mhm.
gonna be scary if Stafford can can be accurate and on point and play up to par. Then it's gonna be scary, man. But
It's
not
a
super.
big
Not
if, though.
it is a
It's a
big F.
big
You're
if
right.
right now.
Not
Big if.
not surprised. So, Reed, out of all those games we just went through and just talked about, man, what team impressed you the most in that round? Either division, what team impressed you the most?
Team that impressed me the most gotta be Cincy, man.
Okay,
Not
okay.
being a homer, man. It just gotta be Cincy, man. You
I
know,
can I can take that. I'm not
after
mad
after
at
after
you.
after 31 years, man, and just seeing the hunger in it, and then look, Joe Burrow something special, man.
Yes,
Joe
sir. He
Burrow something
is.
special.
He's very special.
I was excited, ecstatic when Cincinnati decided they was gonna pull the trigger and go for him for that first round pick. I mean, because that's the confidence of that kid. Um, the he's proven that the stage ain't too big for him
Yes, sir.
at all.
Yeah.
Not in college and definitely not in the NFL. And if you can do that, if you can play in a big game and it's still like a regular season game to you, come on, man.
Hey,
You've done half the battle right there. You've
I
done
feel
half the
you.
battle.
He's playing like he's been there before, and that's
Like
got to
he's
be
been there.
scary for opposing defenses and coaches, man. Well, hey, you called your team be the most impressive. I can't really argue with that. And for some reason, I don't know why, out of all those games, the Buffalo Bills impressed me the most.
I can give you
And
that though.
it's not that they play the best New England team in the world. To me, it's just the way they played and the composure they played. And Buffalo looks like they're playing with a chip on their shoulder right now. So I
Hmm.
think out of all the games in the Super Wild Card weekend, the Buffalo Bills impressed me the most. Now, is that
Uh,
going to transfer over to the divisional rounds? I don't know. But looking back at that weekend, out of all those games, all those teams, that's the one I give it to. And now I had to put Cincinnati there second for you. But yeah, I was
I get
really
you.
impressed by Buffalo, man.
Yeah, I get you that. Even one or two. Even one or two.
Okay.
So
So now we getting ready to look at this week's upcoming games. We got two games
oh,
on Saturday, two games on Sunday in the
oh.
divisional round.
See, now it's gonna get good now.
Yo, Cincinnati Bengals at Tennessee Titans. What's your prediction for that game, man?
Since he wins. Close
Okay.
game, but since he wins.
Okay.
Close game, but I think since he pulls it out one way or another, we can do it. I think we can sit there. We can find a way to somehow. And just because Henry is back healthy doesn't mean that he's necessarily going to have a good game because he
Mm,
did miss some weeks.
okay.
On the
I
string.
can give you
Uh,
that.
but he's still a beast. I think if we can get to Tannehill,
Yeah.
disrupt that. and focus a lot on getting Henry down, I think I think Cincy can win that. Really.
Man, I feel you on that. I believe that Cincinnati has what it takes on offense. If Derrick Henry is running the ball the way Derrick Henry can run the ball, do you think your defense can actually hold up and slow him down? I know you. I mean, we've seen Derrick Henry not have the greatest of games even while healthy sometimes. But is this the year Tennessee turns that switch over and makes the move to become the team to beat in the AFC?
See, and they could be though. That's the big question mark. They could
That
be
yes,
because
sir.
that's a very big. Everybody's going to be looking to see how Derrick Henry is in this game. That's going to be the biggest question mark for that game.
Right,
If he can run the same like he's done in the past, since he's going to have a hell of a time. They're going to
right.
have a hell of a time. You see
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying? So that's all eyes on what Derrick Henry can do for
Yep.
that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So hey, you say so. Hey, Reed, can you want to give me? You want to do? You want to give me a score? Or you want to talk about that after we get through the other games?
I ain't good at scores, man.
All
I ain't
right.
good at
Cool.
scores. I can
Reed,
give you a
Reed.
pick, but I can't give you scores.
Hey, respect. 'Cause guess what? A scoring number to guess for me every time I make. I give you one. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey man, we gonna. I
I can
think.
see it being field goal though. I can say
Ooh,
that.
by field
I can
goal.
see a
Okay.
field goal.
Okay.
I can
Cool.
say that probably. Yeah.
Hey man, my prediction is
Shout out to Dilla in the back, y'all. That's my dog, man. He dope as hell. That's right.
Cincinnati Bengals will leave the playoffs after this game. I think they have the tools, but this Tennessee defense rested up and Derrick Henry coming back. I'm gonna give the edge to the home team. Now, guess what though? Reed, for the sake of us being boys, I hope I'm wrong. But I just think that the way they run the ball at home, they have to put like this, they have to run the ball for Tannehill to have success. If that
Yeah.
run game is not there, then your Bengals win the game hands down. But I think that Derrick Henry is gonna be man on fire.
I can't be mad at any one of those. I can't really because I got love for the Titans too.
Okay.
So I can't be mad at any one of those predictions. I really can't. If Cincy loses, damn it, we had a damn good season. Had a wonderful season. You
Right,
know
I
what I'm
feel you.
saying?
Yes,
But
sir.
but if we win, hey, let's keep the
Super
ball
Bowl,
rolling.
baby. Let's keep it
Let's
going. I
keep the
feel you.
ball rolling. Let's go.
All right, man. The 49ers, I know, are riding high right now. The second game on Saturday, the 49ers at the Green Bay Packers. Hey,
Mm,
what y'all always like to say about Aaron Rodgers?
he's a bad man.
A Rod is a bad man, as
He's a
Stephen A. Smith
bad
would say.
cookie. He is a bad man.
What's your feelings on this game right here, Reed?
This is gonna be tough. This can be tough. This can be tough for Green Bay. I think Green Bay can squeak it out, but I don't think San Francisco's not. They're not gonna. They ain't gonna falter, man. They're not gonna falter. They're not gonna falter. I think they're gonna fight. I think they're gonna fight.
Yeah, man. Hey, big shout out to my former teammate, general manager John Lynch, on what he's done there in San Francisco.
Big man,
Um,
yeah.
man, I believe the 49ers have a recipe, a formula, I should say, that can help them out. And if they can come out
Really?
and run that, yeah, if they can come out and run the ball again and keep Aaron Rodgers on the sideline, it's going to help them. And I think that's the only chance they're going to have. And the way, man, they have a wide receiver in Debo Samuels that runs the ball like better than most running backs in the league right now. It blows my
Mhm,
mind.
mhm,
And then
mhm.
they look good and got to get away from it a little bit. But I believe Shanahan's always making a believer out of me in what he's doing with that team in San Francisco. And like we said on the show last week, they're 2 years removed from being in the Super Bowl. They've been there. Now,
Right.
what's the status of Bosa and his head injury, his concussion? Will he be back? Will he be out of protocol? And will he be able to play? They're going to need him up front. But the way they played against Dallas, the way they looked, it's something about they don't play scared of anybody. And I
They
think
don't.
that's
They don't.
that's what gets me about San Francisco. They don't go into any game where they look like they're worried about anyone they're playing against. They do what they think that they do what they're capable of doing, and they call it a day, man. They just go to work. Um,
Facts.
End of the day, for some reason, I just think this is the year of Aaron Rodgers. I think he's going to be hard to beat at home. San Francisco has the formula and can do it, but I think Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers are going to pull this game out.
Yeah, man. I don't think that. Yeah, Green Bay, Lambeau. Something about this year. Yeah, I think, like you said, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is gonna lose in Green Bay.
It's gonna be tough, man. I don't see it. Now, if it happens, I won't say I'm overly surprised because I just think that a lot of teams are matched up pretty good in this playoff round. I mean, this
Yeah.
divisional round, but I still think Green Bay is gonna pull it out,
See, it's always that one team that you just like. You have
man.
to just beat them. You just have to beat them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Aside from anything, else, you just have to beat them. And I feel like that's Green Bay. Like like you got to just go out there and beat them. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? You
Hmm.
can't like you got to play mistake free, but you just got to beat them, especially Lambeau, in playoff time, Aaron Rodgers,
Yes, sir.
Devontae Adams.
Man,
Like,
that's the one. I love Devontae Adams. I just love how he plays. He's a monster. They got a two-hitter monster in the running back game. Green Bay's gonna be tough, man. No matter who they play against, man. I'm more excited for this divisional round than I was for the wild card round. That's for
oh yeah,
sure.
of course, of
I
course,
definitely can't wait for that one.
of course, of course.
All right, man. Moving on into Sunday, Rams at Tampa Bay
Mm.
rematch. Rams got us earlier on in the year. They they got to try to stop us again. What do you see happening in this game, Reed? Hey, and I guess, hey, and I'm a
Mm.
big boy. I could take it, dog. I could take it.
Mm. Big game. This one, I want to make sure that I can watch from beginning to end because this is actually my toss up.
Okay.
This is my toss up. They're playing in Tampa. Uh shit. Ugh.
Right. It's hard. I know, man.
Tampa can do it. Tampa can do it. Tampa can do it. But the Rams can do it. But the only thing that the Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford, man. Stafford has to play. Stafford has to play a mistake-free game.
Yeah.
He literally has more weapons. He probably has more weapons than
Brady
Brady
does. Right.
does.
He does right now. Yeah,
He
he
does.
does for
But
sure.
Brady knows how to use his weapons better. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hmm. Man, this game, I
This is
hate.
my toss up. This is my
I
toss up.
I hate it, and this is why I hate it.
You
Ryan
should be
Jen,
nervous.
a little bit, and I think it's only right to feel that way because one is a team that beat us early in the year. They're bringing the best defensive tackle in. They're bringing a veteran defensive end in. They got a good secondary with Ramsey, and we suffered injuries. Now we've been hurt and beat up all year, and I said we're only gonna go as far as we can go. You know, as our injuries take us, we've been banged up, and not trying to make an excuse at all. But for
Mhm.
our center Ryan Jensen, he got banged up a little bit. He finished the game, but the best thing is the second year All Pro offensive tackle, worse. Worse left the game. Came back, tried to go back in, got beat up again. If
Mhm.
we play without him, and his backup even got banged up, if that old line cannot be solidified going up against this rush, and the way Odell Beckham is playing, it's gonna be a long day, and it might be Brady's exit out of the playoffs, man. This
I
is
agree.
really, to me, the only game that I can't sit there and say for sure say, hey man, Tampa got this hands down. Even though we're playing at home with those injuries and being hurt like we are, it scares me, man. It just
That's what I'm saying.
that's the honest to God truth right there, man.
Like Stafford would probably have to like give it up, man. You know what I'm saying? Had to make some bad throws, a couple of picks, pick six or something like that
And
to help y'all out.
I think our defense can make him do that. The part that scares me is people getting around Brady's feet and Brady's legs. And I think the Rams have that kind of personnel to make things a little shaky for us on the offensive side of the ball, and our offensive line being banged up, it just amplifies that.
Right. So
So,
that one's gonna be interesting.
hey man,
That one's very
it's
interesting.
gonna be interesting. Now, the 5 o'clock game, I think 5 hour time or 4 hour time, whatever it is, the Buffalo Bills have to travel to Kansas City. Reed, what you thinking, man?
Mm. This is the Bills game to lose. If they really want to put a stamp this in this AFC and let people know that they're there, they need to do it. They need to do it. They need to take out KC. But it's still KC.
KC in KC. Now,
Yeah, you ain't KC.
earlier this year, man, October 10th, 2021, the Buffalo Bills traveled to Kansas City. And they beat the Chiefs 38-20. Do you think that that gives them any extra confidence going into this divisional game? Do you think the Bills go in automatically thinking, "Hey, we got this. We can do this"?
Of course, she's just gonna give you confidence, man. Of course, it's gonna be a big game. You can't tell me that while you was playing a team that you beat during the regular season, if you met them in the playoffs, y'all wasn't like, "Hell, we beat them in the regular season. Shit, we can beat them again."
Oh, no doubt, dog. No doubt. You already
So,
thinking
so, so of course, they're already thinking that. They're already thinking that.
now.
It's
Do
just
you
on KC's part to just flip the script.
right? Do you think it gives them a false confidence though? It's one thing to have confidence. Do you think it gives them a false confidence to think, "Hey, this ain't gonna be no problem. We got this for sure."
Oh yeah, false confidence.
You do
Have
okay.
con- have confidence in knowing that you can compete with them
Got you.
because you've shown that you can compete with them. But don't let that confidence oversee you because it is the playoffs. And playoffs
Okay.
is all about adjustments. It's
Got you.
all about adjustments. And again, this is one and done. This ain't no 7-game series.
Right.
This is one and done. So if
Right.
you mess up on a play and it ends up being a touchdown, that could be the game. You see
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. They can't go in there thinking like, hey, it's just gonna be an easy deal.
Hey, Reed, I'm gonna say this, and I think I might be a little crazy, but it is what it is, dog. I believe that if the Bills play the way they played, firing on all cylinders, and then when Singletary running the game, running the ball like he did that game against Kansas City, I think the Bills are the team to beat in the AFC, man. I think the Bills will go into Arrowhead and beat them down, dog. If they if they play the way they played against New England. Now it's going to be a different monster because they're going to be on the road. But having won that game earlier in the year, and my son going to hate
Yeah.
me because I said this, my oldest son is a big Chiefs fan. He loves Tyreek Hill. But I think that the Chiefs are going to get upset at home on Sunday. I think Buffalo's going to win that game, man.
Ooh, ooh. Well, I will say this. I will say this. I think the Bills are the one team that would scare me if Cincinnati wins that game
Hmm.
against Tennessee. That would be the one team that I wouldn't want to play for Cincinnati. But that'd be a hell of a game.
Yes, sir.
That'd
It
be a
would
hell of
be.
a game.
I think you're right.
So yeah, I mean, Bills can. This is the Bills put up a shut up game. I'll
Yep.
put it like this. You remember how I said on the show that I thought the Bills were probably pretenders. Y'all
Yeah.
can make me contenders. Y'all can make me an honest contender if y'all
Okay.
handle Casey. They'll make me an honest believer that they
But they got to
contenders if
make a
they handle
believer
Casey.
out of you. I feel you on that.
They gotta do it.
Okay.
They gotta do it.
I feel you, and I'm not mad at you at all. Hey, y'all, that's all the time we got tonight. But before we get out of here, I'm
Yeah.
Big Game James. This is my man, the musicologist A. Reed. Hey,
Yes, sir.
you can wrong hand. A. Reed TV right up there on the screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Big game sports buzz right
Right
there.
down there. Yes,
Check us
sir.
out. You can catch me and my boy Jay Stoggs live this Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Time, chopping it up. Not just football, all things sports. Our Oh Hell Nah segment and our top 10 this week. Read just so you know if you wanna just come on and see what we talking about when we get to that segment. Our top 5 this week. Jay Stoggs is crazy. He got us doing top 5 video game characters.
Man, come on, bro. And I'm a video game head, bro. Oh my god. Yeah, oh my god,
Hey,
you might just have
crazy,
to let
right?
me just pop in just for that little part, bro.
Hey,
Come
man,
on, bro. I kill you on that.
okay, I might have to pull you in just for that. But hey,
Oh,
so hey, y'all check us out on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all those
all
great
of that,
platforms. We got
all
that
that.
same handle on both things. Check out A Read on Man Cave Express Radio doing this thing. I'm your boy, I'm Big Game James. That's A
I may
Read.
read,
Hey,
man.
join us next week as we chop up this divisional round and see how right we were or how wrong we were as we get even one game closer to the Super Bowl.
No
Peace.
doubt. Peace.